What's up, Jets fans? Welcome to the latest edition of Jets Latest, where I give you the latest on the Jets. I'm your host, the spitting statistician, Dane Martinez, and today we shine a light on a couple of things. One are some of the recent signings that the Jets have made that may have flown under the radar for you because they were not big names. And then, even though they are not big names, the idea that it is on brand for the new Jets culture and really what new head coach Aaron Glenn, what the new GM Darren Mosey are really trying to establish. I've said it before here on Jets Latest. All of these signings, all of these moves are aimed at getting younger. These guys are all in their 20s and they all have talent. Most of them were draft picks in the first 3 rounds, so kind of highly regarded coming out of college, and they have shown flashes, shown the ability to compete and make plays at the NFL level with areas to grow, development that can still happen, putting the trust in this coaching staff. And they're really doing that to add to what, quite frankly, is a young and talented roster. I mean, they already have a Breece Hall, a Garrett Wilson, a Sauce Gardner, a Quinnen Williams, a Will McDonald, a Jamian Sherwood. These guys are now getting an influx of young talent. The Jets are no longer trying to win free agency, right, with sexy signings that'll make the back page like Aaron Rodgers or Hassan Reddick. Okay, and I really believe that that is the way to build a team that can be sustainable. And they did that with another signing a couple of days ago with the center Josh Myers. He was formerly of the Green Bay Packers. He was a 4-year starter with the Green Bay Packers. He's only 26 years old. Like I said, he only missed 1 game in 3 years. So the stability is there. The durability is there. And guess what? He is another Ohio State Buckeye. Guess what? He was actually the center when Justin Fields was the quarterback at Ohio State. All right. Now, here's the deal. Tippmann is really a good center. He was on the all-rookie team the year he came in 2023, but Tippmann has flexibility. He could play guard, so maybe there is a universe where Myers is the starting center and they move Tippmann over to guard. Or if not, he is just a depth signing, but adding to the culture and helping things stay familiar and successful for Justin Fields. So I think this is an under-the-radar, really good signing, and it is another Ohio State Buckeye trying to bring the band back together. Remember on Jets Latest earlier in the week, I told you about rumors that they may try to trade for Chris Olave. I told you about Jeremy Ruckert on the roster at tight end. Obviously, Garrett Wilson there as well. Another Jets signing that may have gone under the radar, but I think can be smart, is Ston Smartt at the tight end position. All right. He is from the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, only 26 years old. This is also likely a depth piece. Remember, they've let Tyler Conklin walk. I've been talking about how in Jets Latest and other episodes that Tyler Warren could be a target for the Jets at number 7 overall. They have Ruckert, but this now adds another potential weapon to the tight end room, okay? In limited duty, last year, Smartt was in for Will Dissly when he got injured for the Los Angeles Chargers. 16 catches on 19 targets, only 208 yards. But again, if you look at the tape, there were some flashes of obvious talent. And here's the other thing. I mentioned 26 years old, on brand, in their mid-20s with room to grow. Smartt was actually a quarterback in college, okay? So he is coming over and learning the tight end position, and all his coaches say he soaked it up like a glove. So once again, or like a sponge. So again, the idea that these are players that can develop, that can grow, right? And that continues to be the trend here for what the Jets are looking for in this new regime. So do I think Ston Smartt is going to be the week 1 starting tight end for the Jets? No. But do I think he has potential, can be developed, and can be an intriguing piece? I do. Let's see how it turns out. But this is another talented kid in his mid-20s. And that is the new culture. I keep on saying it. Young talent, and that's what they have also done with some additions on defense, right? First, the edge rusher, Rashad Weaver, was signed to a 1-year deal. Another 27-year-old, a 4th-round pick who has flashes of being able to make plays at the NFL level. In 2022, he had 5.5 sacks, right? He has really good speed. The measurables were there. Good length. He ran a 4.8 40. Do I think he's going to be a starting edge rusher for the Jets in 2025? No, I do not. But he's an effort guy, right? So another piece of the culture that Aaron Glenn is trying to build. Guys with motors, guys with measurables, guys with talent, guys who are still in their 20s, who have flash, who have room to grow. And we did that by re-signing one of our own guys. At the cornerback position, Isaiah Oliver has been re-signed. He played all 17 games for the Jets, 57 tackles, had 1 sack, 3 pass breakups, yet again on brand for this new regime. He was a second-round pick from the Atlanta Falcons back in 2018. He is only 28 years old, and kind of like the signing of Brandon Stevens at the beginning of the week when free agency kind of opened. Oliver has the versatility. He played corner, he played nickel, he played dime, he played safety. So again, these kind of versatile chess pieces, just like Brandon Stevens, is really what Aaron Glenn is looking for. And remember, Aaron Glenn was a defensive coordinator. He was also a cornerback himself, so he knows what he wants to see. He knows the talent that he wants to bring in. He knows how he can potentially mismatch guys, disguise coverages, move things around with versatile players like that. So again, another, this time re-signing someone on our own. One other signing that I want to let you guys know about, again on the offensive line, was Chuk Okorafor. All right, and this is someone who I guess could potentially be the right tackle in for Morgan Moses, but again, I don't think this is a starter. I think this is a depth piece. There's the concept of the swing tackle in the NFL, who's basically like the sixth man in the NBA, right? So a guy like Myers, who could provide flexibility, not be a starter, and Okorafor, who could be not necessarily a starter, but a swing tackle. Yet again, same brand, okay? The measurables are there. 6'6", 320. He is 27 years old. He was a third-round pick who was highly regarded coming out of Pittsburgh, okay? In Pittsburgh, in college, he started 60 games. He was in 78 games, and in 4 years, he only allowed 8 sacks. Now, he played with New England, had a falling out with them, only started week 1 against Cincinnati, and then really didn't do anything else. But again, similar to what I said about Weaver, similar to what I said about Smartt, similar to what we've said about guys like Brandon Stevens, the Jets are finding young guys with talent, with some level of pedigree, who have been in this league, and trusting kind of the coaching staff to be able to develop them, right? That is the brand. That is the trend here for the Jets, Jets. And they are doing it literally all over the field. I can't tell you enough. Fields is only 26 years old. Forget it. Jordan Travis is a young kid who has flashes, who can develop. At running back, guys like Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, the offensive line I keep telling you about, all in their 20s, all high-end draft picks. Same with Garrett Wilson. Same with Malachi Corley. Same on the defensive line with Quinnen Williams and Will McDonald. Same, and Weaver, the edge rusher they just signed. Same with Quincy Williams and bringing back Sherwood. Same with Oliver and Cisco and Stevens and these guys they're signing to add to Sauce Gardner. This is the trend. This is the culture for the New York Jets. I think this has been a very exciting week for the New York Jets. Maybe the biggest name obviously is Justin Fields, right? But literally every single signing the Jets are making is consistent with guys in their mid-20s, guys that were first 3 or 4 round picks, guys who have had flashes, guys with good effort and motors and have the ability to develop and grow. We now have a very young roster, right? We bid adieu to guys like CJ Mosley. We bid adieu to guys like Reddick and Rodgers, and Moses and Tyron Smith, right? We are moving on from age. We are getting younger. Now, what does require here from the Jets fan is some patience, right? We're not going to put together all these 20-somethings and all of a sudden go 12-5 next year. I don't expect that. You have to give a new regime that has a vision, that has a plan in this kind of lack of attention economy and society we live in. You have to give them a chance to develop. One thing is for certain. I believe you are going to see these Jets make some plays. You're going to see the talent show up on tape, show up on the field. And if you give this group a couple of years to grow together, the arrow has to be pointing up. And remember, there will be more signings. There will be a sprinkling of veterans like a Tyrod Taylor who is on the roster, right? There will be some vets that are added to kind of help create the culture, but they will be team guys, they will be effort guys to add to this. There is also the NFL draft coming up in about a month where the Jets have 3 top 100 picks, and I believe we are going to get 3 extra starters for the 2025 Jets. And if you look, there is still defensive line that could be a priority position, offensive line that could be a priority position, wide receiver, and tight end. We'll see how the board falls. But remember, guys like Tyler Warren, guys like Ted McMillan, guys like Will Campbell, guys like Kelvin Banks who could be there. These are guys we are going to target, but you have to love what the Jets have done in the first week of free agency, because if nothing else, they are showing you what their plan is, what their vision is. And to me, it is exciting to really have a vision, not to just think that Aaron Rodgers in his late 30s is going to summon kind of what he used to be. We are not trying to win the back page. We are trying to grow a team, grow a culture that can be sustainable and compete in the AFC East and ultimately in the AFC. And all of these signings seem to be consistent with that vision. That'll do it from us here on Jets Latest. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This way, as more editions happen, as more videos come out, you get notified, you know what we're talking about, and you have the latest on the JETS Jets. And if you want to hear more from me, remember, over on SiriusXM, Channel 87, the Fantasy Channel, you can hear me every weekday as the host of the FTN Fantasy Show. We talk about a ton of great tools and data, helping you win some bets, hit some props, and get you ready for fantasy sports, whether it's fantasy baseball, fantasy football, or DFS in any sport. We get you ready to win your leagues and win that cash. But like these videos, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back next week with more signings for the Jets and what we're doing in the draft as we give you the latest on the JETS Jets. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.